What's up, YT? I'm Brandon, got Consumer Rumors. Let's get into it. Rod Ferguson and his team over at Coalition, if you haven't known about it, if you don't know about them yet, they did actually do the Ultimate Gears of War bundle that came out recently. They're anticipating that this game runs at 60 frames a second. I don't know how realistic that is. Xbox One starts having seizures at 60 frames a second. And you're talking about 1080p? I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but they did say that they wanted the resolution, they wanted the game to be as remarkable as the Xbox 360 Gears of War was when it came out. I mean, if you didn't know, Xbox 360 didn't have too many games out at the time, nothing gorgeous, nothing that defined the console, but when Gears of War dropped, it changed everything. It really did. Graphically, it was stunning. Mechanically, it was different. It was just a game changer. Now, they're saying they want to go for that same approach with Gears of War 4, you know, and we've seen various occasions where the PS4 operates at 1 frame rate and at a resolution, and Xbox can't compete. You know, they have to downsize the resolution or downsize the frame rate. There's only one game that I can think of off the top of my head that even runs at 60 frames at 1080p, and that's a racing game, Forza 6, which is going to be, I don't think that's going to be nearly as demanding as Gears of War 4 would be. And that's another thing, if it does run at 60 frames a second, is that going to be for multiplayer and single player, or is it just going to be single player, just multiplayer? I mean, where do you draw the line there? And especially if they're different, depending on what's what. You know, if you have multiplayer at 30 and single player, if you have single player at 30 and multiplayer at 60, that's going to be a very jarring experience. Most importantly, you gotta take in consideration what you're going to be sacrificing. If I'm at 60 frames a second, 1080p, and I see judder or screen tears or texture pop-ins, which, you know, Gears of War is you know, put texture pop-ins on the map. But if it's something that just completely removes you out of the game, you're just like, yo, look at this polygon, you know what I'm saying? You get shot in the head, like, that's a problem. So I played a Division beta. I thought it was really good. I liked it. The first thing were the textures. They look a little soft to me. I mean, so it's supposed to be at 1080p, but look a little soft. What more can I say? Sound was decent. I like the satisfying crunch of the snow. That was really cool. It's so densely populated with different things. I mean, it's the city streets of New York, but I mean, trash bags, the mice, the dogs, you know, everything is just there with different layers, different tones to it. They did an amazing job of making it a really lived-in experience. Like, most of the time you play games, it just looks like a memory of a place or what somebody thought something should look like. This looked like a real place. Like, it just everywhere was like, in certain parts you would just see, you know, randomly put barricades. It's just densely populated with different realities. It's amazing. Now, one thing that I did think that was just miles beyond just the competition was the dynamic lighting. Simply stunning. It was amazing to see the way the light bends around the snow, because it snowed one time and it looked like the world was coming to an end. I mean, you couldn't see 10 feet in front of you. I haven't seen something like that since I lived in New York. It gave you a real sense of panic and urgency when you saw it, because you just knew that at any moment you could bump into your enemy, and you know he would be just as confused as you are, but it was something that you couldn't account for. You know, there are a lot of games where it snows, but this is different. This is just amazing. It really is a true testament to the Snowdrop engine. I don't know if they call it that specifically for that, but incredible. A couple game-breaking glitches that I did go through. One was like whenever I went through one of the Minority Report / memories, the game, like, it kept me stuck in that blue screen and it wouldn't focus. So I walked around like that for a little while, completely confused. I went back to the memory and that kind of undid it. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe even though you leave the area, unless you finish the mission or something, I don't know. But anyway, it got cleared up pretty quickly. Another game breaking glitch I came across though was the main boss at the end with the flamethrower. He was immune to damage. immune to damage. And the only way you could do damage to him is if you got really, really close. I don't know, like the bullets, you know, lose effect after 15 feet or something like that. I don't know. But he had a flamethrower, so he would scorch you. You'd be looking like Freddy Krueger. Overall, the Division looks like a game I could easily get into. There were some downtime in the game. You know, it kind of reminds me a lot of Grand Theft Auto. You know, Grand Theft Auto is, if you've never been to California, just play Grand Theft Auto. That's how amazingly realistic it is. This game is kind of the same way, with the exception of the fact that it's so densely cultured with different types of elements. You know, one thing that Grand Theft Auto has, but it doesn't have it. Not like that. Like this, between the trash bags, the animals, you know, the snow, the reflection of the sky from the water that was melted snow. It's on a whole nother level. One thing I wanted to touch up on really quickly is the cover-based system. You know, I played Gears of War, I've played Ghost Recon, I've played Grand Theft Auto. They've taken cover-based systems to a whole nother level. From now on, when anybody talks about cover-based systems, the Division is the game to reference because it's simple, but it's intelligent at the same time. It's aware, but it's relaxed. It is a step forward for all cover-based shooters. I mean, and you're looking at Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto's been doing cover-based shooters for, I don't know, 2 decades now. Gears of War did cover-based systems, and none of them, I mean, this, you can tell this is the next step. You know, like once you get Grand Theft Auto, Gears of War, this is the next logical step in cover-based shooting. It was a little glitchy, but again, this is the beta. Now, it does make me a little nervous with some of the glitches I saw from the beta, simply because the game comes out in like 3 weeks. You know, you can call this a beta if you want, whatever. I mean, more than likely, what you see is what you get with this new game. So, again, you know, they do have 3 weeks to fix all that stuff, and they did fix a lot of patches from the closed beta that don't work necessarily, you know, anymore. So, you know, kudos to them, and I know that their mind is in the right direction, and they're moving forward with an amazing game. So thanks for watching the video. Make sure you smash that like button in the face, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. But also, don't forget to share this video with anybody you think you may know that wants to know about Gears 4. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.